of expanding without without anyone noticing. Hello Jake, do you ever play CK2? No, I do not. I like games about nations. CK2 is about characters. Basic financial, I can't think of anything better to do with my dips, so sure thing. Gain 1 base tax in Naxos. No. No. Naxos is really really growing in autonomy. But I can't have it grow in development, or else Ottomans will want it even more. It's good to have a bit of power and have that money flow in, though. Not so good as having Venice want all my lands again. November, so next month I'm going to lose that claim. Oh, there we go. But I'm going to take it right back, one way or another. Now the Venetian arsenal is still considerably larger than my one. Do I have even a single fact with which to back that up? If we look at navies, forget about allies, look at Venice still have 22 galleys. If they want to march in and take Venezia from me, it's pretty much a case of be my guest. Jings, the Ottomans are steaming away. They got their cannons as well. The early game truly does belong to the Turk. Oh, that is pretty blessed. But believe it or not, that 20 papal influence could go a long way for me. Regardless, I like having good levels of stability. You get the hoist the black flag decision if you only have islands. Which I do. I only have Naxos and Venezia. I would still like to become an imperial pirate. But getting on the Austrian good side is proving difficult as long as they have all these relationships. And they would never see me as an ally. Yeah, I could make the land army bigger, but then I'd have to spend money on them, which I don't want to do. It could be up to 8 units, how about that? Well, you know what, couldn't really hurt that much, let's big it up. We have this manpower to spend anyway. Ottomans are about to go to war. What would be great is if they call me into a war, so then I can help them out. Not in the war against Hungary, if that's what they're looking at, but I think that's definitely Wallachia about to go. What if I say that I hate Wallachia? Will you consider me as somebody that would join in? I'll say that I'm hostile towards them. Oh, well, the war has just started. For what it's worth, I hate Theodoro as well. Frankfurt and Brunswick both want my units. You know, I got all these black flagged units here just waiting to be commanded. With a great noble in charge of them too. I don't even know what prestige is, so let's just... No, you know what? Let's grab that mill power while we're at it. And of course a bit of money from the burghers could go a long way. Admin's nice as well. Unrest, missionary strength. He's not really cheaper though. There's a lot we can do to bring up the clergy, which I rather like. But then the clergy are going to do like dominance of the clergy on me. Regardless, I want that admin, so thank you kindly. But where was I? I was going to add that general to you, and then see who would pay me the most. If I only had a diplomat to send. Well, I can't claim Negroponte anymore. I don't really want your mainland land. So I'll just slap a claim on Treviso and call it a day. Well, this is better. This has the natural harbour. Wait, I did claim Crete, right? Whew. Ah, we get cheaper claims because we are Naxos and we have great ideas. Still, what would you offer me for this awesome unit? Not enough, I'm afraid. Frankfurt, you're dripping in money. What would you offer me? Considerably nicer. Joke's on you, however. I'm black flagged and I'm never going to move. The game decides to throw a lot of bad luck at me. I will crack out some good old exploits. Exiling is one of the oldest exploits I've ever used in EU4, dating back to the original Ryukyu World Conquest, where I took exiled armies and looted with them, back when looting gave large amounts of lump sum money, but depending on the base tax. You could make hundreds, if not thousands, out of Ming in a couple of months, and then that would work for events and such. So it was awesome. Old school looting was indeed fun, but it was broken as hell. Alright, keep on getting those barks going. I'd like a bigger force limit, but naval force limit doesn't come easy for me. The aggressive expansion is going away, which is going to make life a bit easier with regards to becoming an imperial pirate. And trust me, I would quite like to be an imperial pirate. What do we have here, Genoa? Those look like Greek separatists trying to spread Greece. That sounds like new land for me. Even though it's land that the Ottomans are going to want and they would kill me if I took it. Yeah, that seems like a bad idea, and they don't want Naxos so much anymore. Let's not spoil a good thing. Which is a shame, because then all the islands that I would want to grow to are somewhat engaged. Corsica is really my way out to the Mediterranean. Genoa announced me as a rival, but Genoa's about to not exist. Ah. The Purple Phoenix will rise again, tame the Phoenix Naxos. Yeah, we risk with them. Ah, allied with France and God. I too can be a servant of God. Right, the Venetian truce is up. He may well be eyeing me up as a tasty target. So I want to have my boats kind of available for duty. But galleys are needed to destroy you. Galleys cost quite a lot of sailors that I don't really have. But your allies are nothing, and my allies are fairly everything. Developing would be such a... Okay, no, Tech 7 is pretty huge, and I can make that mine. That's a good step. Still, though, I really, really need Austria to drop an alliance somehow. Breaking up with Hungary is acceptable as well, but that doesn't seem like a clever thing. And I doubt I could convince Albania to not be friends with Austria anymore. Oh, but Austria is malevolent. That means there's a high chance he would not help somebody else in need. Palatinate, Sax... well, all these guys. Right, better keep that in mind. Getting Austria is not impossible. No, I need legitimacy, thanks. What do you consider an island, Jake? The same as the games. If it has a land connection to Istanbul or to Panama, it is not an island. A strait does not count as a land connection. And that works for everything in the world. Anything at all. I think the game has a bit more rigorous logic because it checks stuff like wastelands, but it's a good rule of thumb to use, and it's what we'll use for this campaign. Oh, Panama will not exist. Okay, so the Panama equivalent, I suppose. I'm getting those favors, soon I don't have to promise land to bring my friends into a war. But I should declare war on people that I can give land to them with to bulk up favors massively. Sadly, the Ottomans are running out of targets for me to just give them healthy land to. But the Knights are still around, as are the Venetians. The Venetians who refuse to convert that land for me. I can't do mine because of the aristocrats. But if I could, I would. National ideas. What's it going to be? Maritime or naval? Maritime makes more sense. We can get a huge navy and have them privateer a bit better. Do any of them really help with privateering? There we go, privateer efficiency. It's the ultimate idea. We'll make it mine. It means we can get going with it sooner rather than later. And we'll get a whole load of innovativeness because nobody else in the world's going to be taking this. I actually might want that local sailors modifier. There are a lot of sailors in Venice. Come to think of it. Okay, there's only manpower. There's not a sailor buff here. Well, let's make it so. Oh, this is just fantastic! Popular support for our Grand Navy. What better way to show popular support than having Templars swinging swords on a boat? They look so happy, so I can't really spurn them there. The clergy cannot be given more influence here. Nobility's gonna have to do one. The burghers are supreme. And with that, I wonder if I could do anything special for them. Bit of monopoly charters, a bit of a nice admiral on our side, and then get that sweet 100 Diplo. Because I'm going to need that for ideas. And we can put that admiral to use. 2 maneuvers better than no maneuver. Protect that trade. I forget where it says it boosts up trade power. But I'm 90% certain it does. Oh, nice. We're dominating here. Oh, wait, that's Venice. Here's me. 10% from your maneuver. Not too shabby. But whenever I can, I should be building more barracks. It's not that expensive, really, on the grand scheme of things. Fleet maintenance is still half of army maintenance. And this is at my army at toned down levels. Actually, you know what? We are going to pursue innovativeness. I very rarely do because I'm very rarely in a position to do so. But this time we will. Also, here's a consideration. If we did fight you, what are our options? I think I'm letting go too easily by not pursuing a fight with you. By the way, Austria, you still don't want to marry me? Man, what a bummer. Marriage is bad. Your wife will only get captured, eaten and or killed by a bunch of savage raiders if you get married. That's what RimWorld taught us. And these days I'm living by what RimWorld teaches me. At least this way we'll be able to get a claim on Schio. If and when it defects, we'll be able to figure out what to do then and there. Punch them for money, war reps, convert their religion, whatever. But it'd be nice if they stopped wanting my land. Uh-oh, if Castile dropped Venice as a rival, we're going to have less to have in common. That's a problem for our relationship. Oh hey! How's it going, Matthew? You know how it is, making all the power plays here. Maritime ideas are the new meta. And I want this as well. Force limit on the... Yeah, just everything boats. Give the boats to me. Haramir's just the guy for the job as well. I'm thinking Olwyn's is going for swimming lessons. He is not cutthroat enough to be a pirate. Even though we're... no, we're fertile, not infertile. So easy to get them mixed up sometimes. Nice. Just how much cheaper is that for us? 25% cheaper to make claims. Great, 1 is all we need. But then we figure out what to do with Genoa. They've already been chased out of the Holy Roman Empire. Cyprus and Siena would help them out, but they probably still have a navy that trumps mine together. That's a real gut-wrencher, though. I need to be stronger. But strength requires galleys, and galleys require quite a lot of sailors. On the plus side, though, we get a lot more of them now. I assume you're on normal difficulty. Yeah, normal difficulty. Cardinal administration's quite nice. Especially with that yearly papal influence. Actually, yearly plus 0.5 for that's not a whole lot, and I desperately need to raise my prestige here. Where is even your army, Ottomans? I wanted to show them off and go, yeah, it's a normal-sized Ottoman army. But no, this is very hard mode. Very, very hard mode. Which is why I've been pinned in my position for some time. I'd like to break out, but if I break out, the Ottomans will kick my teeth in. And if I expand some more in other ways, Austria will not let me become imperial pirates. All the while to mash up my coastline. We're close, though. We are really quite close. If I had the prestige to do a nice insult, I'd be able to bump that high enough. But all we need really is 30 opinion with the Austrians. I would not be above throwing him a gift to make that happen. But I need a little more than that. It's not like we can have mutual enemies. If that aggressive expansion goes away and we improve relations a bit enough, we can become imperial pirates. Of course, that's going to be a permanent malice to me when the Shadow Kingdom fires, because I'm Italian, and I think that's all it checks for. Actually, could anyone check that? Is it just for Italians, or does it check by tag? Venice guns down Genoa. Oh man, all the more reason to gun down Genoa. Oh, right, someone else had that idea. The Ottomans decided it's Genoa, Siena, and Cyprus time to die. I mean, I could get in on the fun, and then I could raid Siena for not a lot of anything. But I failed to see the benefit here. I would take Corsica off of Genoa if it was Genoese, but it is not. And that is the saddest thing. Latin culture or capital in Italy. Ugh, that's all bad. That is all pretty bad. Rising support among the Greek population. Man, if I could just turn this into Catholic, I would eradicate the Greeks so hard and so fast. The malice isn't that bad. Does it show up here, by the way? Triggered modifiers. No? Anyone remember what it is? I think it hits dip rep, right? And yes, my capital is in Italy. And I'm Latin culture anyway, so it's all bad. Of course, I could move my capital back to Naxos, but for many reasons I don't want to do that. Venice is worth a lot to me at 0 autonomy, which is what a capital movement can do. Oh, you took Venice already? Asks SS4312. It was the first thing we did. We had to take Venice, and by God, what a war that was. Our allies dropped out, our navy was sunk on several occasions, but you know what? We never lost a fight. And we probably could have taken knights if we had any capacity to take it for ourselves, but we really did not. And that is close. That is real close. 92, and it needs to be what exactly? That is a gift away. But every year I wait, it becomes cheaper. Also, why does he want my provinces? Shame I can't get the marriage, but that's unlikely to happen anytime soon. Okay, Divine Imperial Protection is almost certainly worth it here, so... Hang on, did I force you into the HRE? No, this land is not Imperial. That means... Oh man, I want this land, but we said we'd only take islands, so bang goes that idea. How much do I want to throw my money away for Imperial protection? The answer is, frankly, too much. How much do I need? I need 24. Pretty much the full shebang there, then. Goodbye, money. This better be well spent. There we go. We get some buffs for that almost make it worthwhile. Jake, submission to the Emperor does not trigger if you're not in the Latin group. But I am in the Latin group. Unless... Ah well, that'll do. That'll do. I need to make that money back though, sadly Castile still have loans. And yeah, if people aren't allied to me, they're not interested in the knowledge I have to give them. Greek is not in Latin, but our culture is not Venezuelan, God no, Venetian. Thinking about it, I could have become Greek at the very start. But, I mean, no. We're Naxos, and I don't want to stray away from being Naxos. Ooh, hold on, what's this? Oh, right. This is... I saw the accept Venice, but no, that's what Austria needs to grab to prevent Shadow Kingdom, and it's not long. Not long at all. Alright, well, there's no Greece on the map. There's just extended Ottoman. Ah, and they're carving up these islands that should well be my islands. Sadly, though, I still broke that promise to give land. Maybe not giving Brescia to Milan is going to hurt me more than I thought. But I still got Venetia, and I kept Naxos, and I kept my allies, so I'll still take that for what it's worth. I can't believe you are such an asshole that you don't know to be my friend even after you took all my money. Not even influencing me. Right, this being what it is, where the heck do we go now? Need islands, but islands next to Ottomans are massively risky. Local noble did indeed happen, and Poland are... Oh, they were a good candidate for the HRE. I want to maul Savoy, but he's allied with France. I want to maul Aragon, but you're under the Union. Ah, well, this is pleasant. Import those naval supplies. We don't have a lot of supplies, period. Man, breaking out is going to be harder than I thought. And mauling Portugal will also be difficult. Oof. Well, no one said this would be easy. Let's get ourselves our extended everything here. Global ship repairs, sailor maintenance. Good, good. However, what ships do I want? I'd really like to hoist the black flag now that I'm nice and imperial. No, severe lack of sailors hurts. And I can get doctrined up. The cost is a bit high, but... Ship power is going to be good for the privateering. So I'll take it. Again, expensive, but what good's this money? No CB, the Irish miners, Jake. You mean Irish miner? Oh, Jesus, England went on a rampage. Well, at least it's good to have 3 stability. Good lord, England. Let's see that in motion. Scotland's feeling confident. Oh, Scotland's not feeling confident. Oh, Ireland's not feeling. That is grim. A lot of grim situations across the world here. And since I'm limited by my coring range, significantly, I could only barely take Corsica if I wanted it. Right, let's think outside the box here. If I want Corsica, I'm going to have to go through the likes of Manly Mantua, who are allied with Siena. Siena was allied with Genoa, so fighting Genoa and making a Siena co-belligerent would have brought in Corsica. Could still best CB you, but the aggressive expansion would be a bit intense, since you are Imperial, but you won't be Imperial shortly. So best CBing you will probably still be a good idea. Yep, I'm seeing it. It'll all come together. I hope taking Bornholm is your #1 priority. Of course, how else am I going to privateer all of this area? You could say Gotland or whatever this is, but I disagree. Honest administrators. I don't even have state maintenance. I mean, what is even Naxos to me? Oh, what could Naxos be to me? Not a whole lot. Does the UK count as an island? Well, ask yourself this. Does it have a land connection to Istanbul? Then you'll find your answer. This can't be bad. Dip tech reduction. This can't be bad either. It's the age of discovery for us, and I think I'm going to need those justified wars with the CBs that I'm planning on not using. Are you using Protect Trade Edict? Yes, I am. Triumph of the clergy, it always bloomin' comes, and I don't want it to. However, we kept their influence relatively in check, and stability is something we have loads of. I need... Who thought the day would ever come, but goddamn, I need sailors. And I can't even dump my dip power here, because 1, it's expensive, and 2, I'm trying to focus on other things here. Genoa and Venice have reached peace, but it's just money for Venice, and I don't like the sound of that. Well, now that you've joined the HRE, I can actually spend my mill developing you. And the next mill tech is still a wee bit away, and I can't think of anything better to spend it on, so let's just have a beautiful capital, and that'll make us eligible for large city and renaissance. So far, so good. What ain't so good is how hard it's going to be to get the other requirement for hoisting that black flag. The, oh wait, no, we only need 10% trade power. I thought we needed majority. Ha ha ha! Who wants to hoist the black flag with me? Privateer you now. It's time for me to hoist that black flago. So what's going to happen here? We're going to lose 2 stability, become a republic. Yeah. Wait, marriages will go. Ah well, who cares? The government rank duchy gives no benefits, whoop-de-doo, but we don't have to worry about legitimacy anymore, also good. This is a locked reform, we'll not be able to switch. Too bad, let's make it happen. So there we go. And now we get, here we go, we get the factions between them. I forget what each of them do. Where are the Buccaneers going? I don't care about tax that much. Prestige would burn, but trade and more trade. I need sailors though, and I really like Republican tradition. Because I don't think you naturally get... no, you do. There we... No, you do lose out. You need the Buccaneers to keep things going well. Alright, I'll take it. However, we have something else that's pretty good for us. Can you expand... Well, I can expand inland now, but I won't. Part of this idea is that we would only take islands, much like Hormuz. I hummed and hawed over it, but now I will. Council of Captains, you say? The Pirate Republic should be governed by the will of its greatest captains. It is their alliance that holds our nation together, and so their decisions must take precedence over any other authority. Articles of Agreement. Oh, I do like Republican tradition. And keeping those Buccaneers in. Smuggler's Haven, though. Oh. But what we have is Pirate Republic. Insofar as this loose collection of pirate crews can be called a state, the Pirate Republic is a haven for all manner of thieves, murderers, and smugglers.